Welcome back to botany class. Let's move on the second chapter, that is genetics. In the first chapter you learned the asexual and sexual reproduction of plants. But here in the second chapter you are going to learn quite interesting, because under this chapter you are going to learn how the characters are transmitted from parents to its offspring. Before entering into the chapter, let us look at a glance of chapter outline. What are the topics you are going to learn under this? Heredity and variation, mentalism, laws of inheritance, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, trihybrid cross, interactions of genes, and so on. Let us start from classical genetics. So, you are going to concentrate the classical genetics. What is genetics? Genetics is the branch of science which deals with heredity or inheritance. So, it's the science of heredity, or it may define as the characters, how the living things or receive its characters from parent to its offspring. That is the thing you are going to learn in this chapter. So, classical genetics. Classical genetics deals with transmission of characters from parents to offspring. So, this technology of this genetics or the science of genetics which deals with, or this technique is applying in the field of science in medicine, agriculture, to improvement the agriculture, medicine, as well as criminal investigation. So, the word genetics was first introduced by Bateson in the year 1906. The father of genetics, who was the father of genetics? Gregor Johann Mendel. Gregor Johann Mendel was called the father of genetics, because he was the first person who introduced the genetical science to the world. He undergo so many experiments in garden pea plants, that is Pisum sativum plants. Because of certain reasons he selected these plants, that we can learn it later. There are few sub-disciplines under this classical genetics. There are some sub-disciplines under this genetics. They are transmission genetics, or it is called as classical genetics, molecular genetics, population genetics, and quantitative genetics. These four sub-disciplines under this genetics. Transmission or classical genetics. Transmission, as the name indicates, transmission of characters. Here you are going to learn how the characters are transmit from the previous generation to the next generation. That is transmission genetics. Molecular genetics. Molecular genetics deals with the genes, how the genes are carrying its traits or genes or alleles or characters, everything which carried the characters, how it is transmitted. The study of genes and its interaction is molecular genetics. Population genetics. Within a population, how this genetics or how this characters. There are few genes which carrying the characters. There are limited number of genes. Studying about population genetics, so it is called qualitative genetics. And quantitative genetics. there are number of genes which shows similarities. So, many genes, group of genes within a population. So, this genetics, it deals with group of genes, number of genes and its genetical interaction. To deal about this is called quantitative genetics. So, these are the 4 sub-disciplines under genetics. And Mendel used number of terminology, that is terms, technical terms. He used the word gene. Now it is called gene, but he named it as trait. The trait is the character which is determined in the form of trait, which is otherwise called as alleles, genes. So, genes are the structure and functioning unit of inheritance or heredity. So, this gene carrying the characters which is present in the chromosome. Within the chromosome there are number of locus. So, genes are located in number of locus. Here Gregor Johann Mendel selected 7 contrasting characters. There are 7 contrasting characters. What are the characters Mendel selected? The first character he selected is height of plant. These characters are expressed as dominant and recessive. So, one character which shows dominant, another character which shows recessive. So, in height of the plant, which is represented as tall and dwarf. First character is height of the plant, then shape of pod, color of pod, shape of pod, color of pod, then shape of seed, color of seed, position of flower, and the color of flower. Height of plant, shape of pod which shows the shape inflated or flattened. The shape, the pod shape, these are the leguminous plants. So, the fruit is developed in the form of pod. This is the pod. Within this the seed develops. Color of the pod, the dominant color of the pod is green color, the recessive is yellow color, pod color. But shape of the seed, round or ringled. Shape of seed. Color of seed, yellow color or green color. Yellow color is dominant over green color. Position of the flower. The flower produced either the terminal position or in the axillary position. So, when it produces the terminal position, it is terminal. When it produces axil of the branch, it is axillary in position. And the color of the flower is purple or white. So, these all the contrasting characters Mendel selected and observed in this hybridization experiments. What is meant by heredity? So, genetics which deals with heredity and variation. Heredity is the transmission of characters from parents to offspring, and variation means differences within a population or within a species. If it is the same species, you may find number of differences, that is called variation. So, these variations in humans also, the same the brothers and sisters, you may find there are different variations. In plants also, within a population, within a species, there are number of variations, that is differences. So, this genetics deals with heredity as well as variation. Now, the father of genetics, Gregor Johann Mendel, who was the first person who experimented number of hybridization experiment. For his experiment, he selected the garden pea plant, that is Pisum sativum. Because of some reasons, he selected this plant because it is an annual plant. So, within a short period, within 1 year, it completes its life cycle. So, it is easy to make more experiments within a year. So, within few years, he has to complete his research. So, this is one of the reasons he selected this plant, and it shows clear contrasting characters. These are 7 characters, Mendel concentrate 7 characters, contrasting characters means different characters. Tall, dwarf, and pod, the seed, round shape of the seed, ringled shape, color, position. So, the characters are clearly shown in this plant. So, that he selected this plant. Then Mendelism, what is meant by Mendelism? The contribution of Mendel is called as Mendelism. So, his work in the hybridization experiment was, what are the things, concept he bring out, that is the contribution is called Mendelism. So, Mendel, Gregor Johann Mendel, let us see the life history of him. He was born in the year 1822, 22nd July 1822 in Heissendorf. He was born in Heissendorf, and after finishing his school studies, he entered into college. So, in the university Vienna, he studied mathematics, botany as well as physics. Because of his mathematical knowledge, it is very much useful to him, and it helps him to give the ratios, phenotypic, genotypic ratio, and he applied this mathematical knowledge to his hybridization experiments in Pisum sativum plant. So, in the year 1856 to 1863, he was under this field of research. He researched so many hybridization experiments. After finishing his studies, he entered into a monastery at Brunn. After that, he got a chance of temporary as a teacher. So, when he was working as a teacher, meantime, he worked in the hybridization experiment in his garden pea plant. In the garden, he worked with this plant and brought so many hybridization experiments. Then he gives the catalogue of 24,034 species of garden plants. So, he make number of hybridization experiments. So, hybrids are the cross from the pure breeding, this tall and dwarf making a cross. So, these all different contrasting characters he make a cross, and he found out a hybrid is a new variety is formed. It is other than this pure breeding. So, make a cross and forms a hybrid variety, that is his main experiments. So, as his result, he published experiments on plant hybrid. He published a book entitled Experiments on Plant Hybrid in the year 1866, and he was died in the year 1884. So, after his death, there are 3 scientists who rediscovered his works in the year 1900. Carl Correns, Hugo de Vries and Tesmont. These are the 3 scientists, biologists, rediscovered the Mendel's discovery. So, why Mendel's success in his works? Because of his mathematical knowledge, he applied statistics and probability, laws of probability he applied in his hybridization experiment to produce the ratios, the phenotypic ratio as well as the genotypic ratio. And these all contrasting characters he was selected is quite accurate. He gives the accurate and detailed study about his experimental record. The records are very accurate. The ratios, phenotypic, genotypic ratios. Phenotypic ratio is the observative ratio. In the field, when you are observing, certain characters or externally appears, certain characters which is hidden. So, genotypic characters which are hidden inside. So, this variations are two different types. So, which deals with the heredity and variation. There are two types of variation. They are discontinuous variation and continuous variation. Two different types of variation, continuous as well as discontinuous. In discontinuous variation, within a population, it expresses few genes. There are few genes, one or two genes which showing limited variations, that is discontinuous variation. For example, primula. In primula, it shows two different contrasting characters, the length of the style. The tall style, the length is long style and a short style, primula, or the height of the plant, tall and dwarf. In Pisum certivae, in pea plants, tall plant and dwarf plants. So, this discontinuous variation is otherwise called as qualitative variation because it shows a limited variation. But these continuous variations are called as quantitative variation because of the action of polygenes. So, continuous variation which interact within the environmental changes as well as genetic changes within the traits or the characters. And when he experimented this mentalism, when he go through this Mendelian principles, we found there are so many terminology, there are number of terms. The gene, the characters which are represented in the form of gene, now we can call it as gene, but Mendel explained it in the form of trait or character or alleles. Alleles. The trait or the characters, each and every character, the color, here he selected 7 characters, tall, dwarf, round, wrinkled, inflated, or the color, purple color, white color, or the seed, green color, yellow color. For all traits, there is a particular gene. The genes are expressed in alternate forms. So, these alternate forms are called as alleles. For example, capital T, capital T. So, it shows dominant and recessive characters. The dominant character which is represented as capital letters and the recessive genes are represented as small letters. So, they are in pairs. So, these alleles which represent capital T or small t. If the alleles are same or similar, they are called as homozygous. Homozygous alleles. Or if it shows capital T, small t, if it is different, it is called heterozygous. Heterozygous. Homozygous alleles or heterozygous alleles or traits or dominant recessive. So, in the F1 generation is the first filial generation where this dominant characters are expressed, the tall characters expressed in the F1 generation, dwarf in the next generation. So, first the dominant characters are called dominant gene, the recessive characters are called as recessive genes. Recessive characters are expressed in the F2 generation. So, that is called Mendelism, and there are number of terms: alleles, genes, traits, homozygous, heterozygous, and so on. Then laws of inheritance. As when Mendel experimented hybridization in this plant, he, as a result of his, he gives certain laws. There are number of laws. You are going to learn under monohybrid cross. There are two different laws. That is law of dominance and law of segregation. There are two laws based on the monohybrid cross. So, in monohybrid cross, a single trait, single contrasting character is selected, that is capital T, dominant and recessive, small t, small t. So, based on this, he proposed two different laws. They are called law of dominance and law of segregation. There are two different laws based on monohybrid cross. Here the cross is monohybrid. In monohybrid cross, mono, a single trait is selected. The single parent, single character, that is height of the plant. In garden pea plant, Mendel selected the height, a tall and a dwarf. Capital T which represent the tall character, and this is a dwarf as a parent. In F1 generation, when you make a cross between these two, it produces a hybrid that shows capital T and small t. So, according to this law of dominance, based on this theory, monohybrid cross, dominant character will express in the first filial generation. So, first generation is called F1 generation, that is first filial generation, which express the dominant characters. Among these two, this is the contrasting character, this is tall and this is dwarf. So, naturally it gives the first generation the dominant which express. It express capital T and small t, a hybrid heterozygous condition. The alleles are in heterozygous condition, but it express the character tall. So, in monohybrid cross, it produces 3:1 ratio. So, when you illustrate this gametic formation, to understand very clear, it can be draw it or represent it in the form of Punnett square. Punnett square was explained by Reginald Punnett. Punnett square. So, this is Punnett square. Here when you write this gametes, capital T and small t during this F1 generation, it shows very clear. This capital T, the tall, and this small t. Here, this capital T and small t. Here, this capital T and small t, and here this capital T and small t. So, in the first generation, all these characters are heterozygous, capital T, small t, but it shows or express the tall character. The dwarf will be expressed in the second generation, that is F2 generation. So, in the law of dominance, first filial generation, one pair of characters is expressed, and the second filial generation, next character, both the characters are expressed, that means tall and dwarf in the ratio 3:1. So, monohybrid phenotypic ratio is 3:1. What is meant by phenotypic? The observable characters. The genotypic characters are called as genotypic ratio, genetic representation. This is observable expression, phenotypic ratio. In the second generation, for F2, there is a cross between this hybrid, self-crossed. This capital T into capital T small t. The capital T small t hybrid into capital T small t, that is hybrid with hybrid. When it is making a cross, it produces the ratio 1:2:1. It gives the ratio 1:2:1 in monohybrid cross. So, in the Punnett square, illustrate it in the form of Punnett square, it gives the gametes. One select as a male, another one select as a female. Here capital T small t, here capital T small t. One represent a male and another represent as a female. So, it gives this capital T and capital T, here capital T and small t. So, first we write this dominant characters. So, capital T small t, again this capital T small t, and these two are small t and small t. So, look at this. The first one is homozygous dominant, that is capital T, capital T. These two are heterozygous dominant, that is capital T, small t, and this is homozygous dwarf, small t, small t. So, it gives the ratio, this is homozygous tall, heterozygous tall and homozygous dwarf. It gives the ratio 1:2:1. So, this one, that is homozygous tall, capital T and heterozygous tall, capital T small t and small t small t. So, F2 generation, second filial generation, the ratio is 1:, the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1, but these three are expressed either homozygous or heterozygous, which shows the tall character, and this is the one which shows the dwarf character. So, under monohybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio is 3:1, genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. So, Mendel observed it in the garden. He chose 1064 species. Out of this 1064, there are 787 tall plants and 277 dwarf out of 1064 species. So, tall and dwarf will express in genotypically 1:2:1 ratio. So, law of segregation. Under this law of segregation, this gametes, when the gametes are separate at the time of gamete formation from the alleles, it contains the gametes. The gametes are segregate. Segregate means it is separate. There is no blending among the characters. The traits never blend. The alleles never blend. So, when the time at the time of gamete formation, here there are two. It represents, the alleles are represented in pairs. Among these pair, this T gamete, here small t. But if it is in heterozygous condition, capital T and small t, at the time of gamete formation, it produces capital T and small t. So, segregation of gametes. Segregation, that is law of segregation. So, based on this monohybrid cross, there are two laws explained, law of dominance and law of segregation. When you see this Mendel's experiment, the Mendel's experiment shows homozygosity. Homozygosity, that is pure breeding line. So, when he selected the parent either tall or dwarf or any other contrasting character, under monohybrid this is the character tall and dwarf, it gives the same tall or the same dwarf. So, a generation after generation it produces the pure line that is called homozygosity. That is the observation of Mendel experiments. But for producing hybrid, he make it cross pollination. There is a process called emasculation. What's this emasculation? Removal of anther from the flower before fertilization, and the anthers or the pollen grains from the anthers are transferred to another flower. So, what are the desirable characters need? It has been selected, the anther is emasculated and it is transferred to another stigmatic surface and produces a hybrid. That is hybridization experiments. Can you identify the Mendel's gene for regulating white color flowers? There is another character Mendel chose is purple color flower and white color. Another character or trait is color of the flower. In the Gordon P, color of the flower is either purple or white. So, there is the researchers, they solved the mystery of this white color flower. So, it is molecular gene action. So, the gene action is illustrated in the year 2010. In the year 2010, group of scientists, biologists, international biologists, they gathered and explained this. So, there is the regarding the regulating purple color, there is a gene which is named as P gene A. The name of the gene is P gene A, which encodes a protein, that protein which regulate the process of transcription. Transcription is the process which transcribe the message from DNA to RNA. So, which encodes a protein which is responsible for transcription. The process transcription. So, this A, P gene A, which encodes a protein which is used for or regulating this transcription enzyme, transcription process, which produces a pigment called anthocyanin, anthocyanin pigment. So, if it produces anthocyanin pigment, it gives the color purple color. So, the researchers transferred this purple color, this anthocyanin pigment to white flowers. To make a hybrid, they transfer this anthocyanin pigment by gene gun method to the petals of white flowers. So, this transfer this gene, there is a nucleotide, small change in the nucleotide, and this anthocyanin pigment transferred to the white color petals and it produces purple color flower. So, what is the reason the white color flower? The white color flower, there is a mutation takes place. So, if a nucleotide sequence, a small amount of nucleotide sequence which hide this transcription, which inactivate the process of transcription. So, it produces white color. So, it was illustrated by the biologist. So, today we are going to learn this monohybrid cross, very important 5-mark question, and number of 2-mark questions are there. All this genetics, the definitions, all the definitions and the laws of Mendel 3-mark question, then 5-mark question, this one monohybrid cross. So, complete it before the next class. Thank you.